Welcome to another episode of the Waybright Family Podcast, where you can experience West Virginia with us. How are you girls this evening? Julie, Nicole?
Fantastic. Great introduction, Marcia. It's great to see you in the kitchen. And I know you got something special for us this evening. And some names of things I have never even heard of, special tools being used out on the farm, and all kinds of goodness going on. Y'all, my name is Julie Gayhart. I'm the producer of the show. If you have questions, put them in the chat. I'm going to be controlling behind the scenes, and I just have to say it because I've got it right now. Nicole Sawzishin.
Yes. Thank you. Good to be with y'all tonight. Lots of things happen in the forest, lots of things happen in nature. Obviously, on the Waybright farm, excited to be here and just share some love as we get ready to change the clocks and move forward with some daylight soon.
Oh, that's going to be nice. That means lots of work ahead, though, but we're always excited. We're always excited to get rid of the snow and step into the spring and get those high tunnels planted and get things going. On this episode, I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the films that have been, or footage that has been filmed on this farm. We've had Time Alone in Fear and Sadness. We've had a commercial sponsored by the Goldman Sachs and the 10K SB Small Business Program. You know, we do a lot of stuff ourselves, and I don't think anybody really knows how much time it takes to do just like one tiny little snippet of film. And so, Julie, you know what I'm talking about. You have a lot of experience in this area.
It takes way longer than what people think. Yeah.
It does. And, you know, whenever the footage is done, they get as much footage as they possibly can. And then, I was like tapping my foot like 10 days after, like, where is that footage? And it takes forever to make everything, come together. It took a week for them to get footage to do a 15-minute narrative short film. And, I'm sitting there like, my goodness. And whenever you go around on the farm, it's hard to get everything. You have the producer and the director and you have the actors, and they have a vision in their mind. And to make that all come together, it is hilarious behind the scenes to watch what you have to do to get things going. I mean, Kendall and I, whenever Time Alone in Fear and Sadness was being filmed here, we would come down and check in, and they would be filming at night. It seemed like 24 hours a day they were filming because they only had this place rented for like a week. And, we tried to help them and be as supportive as we could. We wrangled chickens. I'm not kidding. We probably wrangled chickens for an hour and a half, 2 hours to get like 2 minutes, if that. No, it wasn't even 2 minutes. It was probably like 15 seconds of chicken footage. And it's just crazy, and to see how they came in, they took pictures of everything in the house, and then they took all of the stuff that, makes the bed and breakfast what it is, and put their own stuff in because they had their own vision of what they wanted everything to look like. And it was just crazy. I mean, my first thought was, oh my goodness, what have I signed up for? But it was amazing. It was amazing how they filmed things. And, whenever you look at everything that goes into it, it gives you a whole new appreciation for movies and any kind of commercials, or anything. The Goldman Sachs people, whenever they came in, that was with What Pictures. They came in late and they got footage all day long. And this is for like a 30-second commercial. And they filmed different people in different areas in West Virginia for like 3 days. So, I mean, it's crazy whenever you're doing that kind of thing.
But Marcia, something had to happen at the end of that film, right? Like something's nominated? Come on.
Well, they're in 10 different film festivals, and they've been in the International Film Festival. There's a nomination. There are nominations. There's so many of them. I can't even say them all. I have them. I'm going to have those listed on the website so everybody can go there and check them out. But my goodness, it's a really cool thing. And, I always picture videos being or a movie being like 2 hours long or whatever. But there's this whole other field of like narrative short films. I actually think they're kind of harder to create because a narrative short film, you have a very limited amount of time to actually get your point across. And so it's crazy. I mean, you have to have your stuff out there. And they have been nominated for Best Actress and, I think it was Best Producer and Director, Best Music. Yeah, Tiffany's helping me here in the background. So, I mean, we're watching this little tiny film that they did here on this farm, and it is just amazing. The stuff that they have put out there in just this narrative film is amazing.
Well, people don't understand. That's the best part. The worst part is when you got to look at everything later and then try to edit and put a story together. And you're trying to remember, why did we do that and what was happening at that time frame? So I can totally understand. I've only done documentaries, so I've never put any type of fictional film together. I don't plan to. I mean, never say never. But
Right.
yeah, it's a different style of definitely filmmaking. And for them to call and want to be on the farm, that's just totally awesome.
Yeah, we were fortunate to be at the premiere.
Yeah.
And that was super special. The staff that put that together, they were all so down to earth and humble, and you could tell how talented and passionate they were. It was really a great event to be a part of that weekend. I appreciate that invite. It was super fun.
Yeah, and during that the filming, we actually had a young lady who was part of the crew, and she wanted to be baptized. And so, Maggie Shirk and I, she was the writer and lead actress. We went right out here in the Dry Fork River that runs right through this farm, and she was baptized. And we're just so proud and honored to have been a part of all that as well. We invite anybody who wants to partake in being baptized to come to the farm. You're more than welcome to use the river at our beach, and that's just an awesome thing that we were glad to be able to be a part of.
I've got the film rolling here, but the baptism picture, I believe, is at the end of this. I wanted to pull that out. I just thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
That you have that at your disposal. Right there it is. So it is now up on the screen for people to see. I didn't realize, I knew that was you, but I didn't know who the other lady was. So that's really cool.
Yeah, Maggie Shirk is an awesome lady. Colin Rafter, Derek Patterson, they were all very supportive. And, Kelly, if you're watching, we're so glad that you got to do that here, and we invite you back. And we're just excited about doing God's work here on the farm as well.
That's awesome. I know you've had a lot going on with the films, and that takes a lot of time. So, and here we are in March. I think Nicole already mentioned, oh my gosh, I love March because March equals spring and the end of the school year. So I really love March. It leads into a lot of fun things. But Marcia, what's been going on in February?
So in February, we've had a hunter safety education class. We've had a concealed carry class. We've done some kombucha classes, bread making classes, a couple of bird of prey classes. And we got the cover crop planted in one of the high tunnels because we have some things coming up with Eastern College and the Tigers Valley Conservation District. So we're really excited about, taking on those teaching opportunities as well.
Awesome. And you sent me some pictures, and I'm gonna just call this of the animal happenings. So I'm just gonna put a picture of a cow up here, and you can kind of take us from there.
Yep. Right now we're getting calves. That was the first calf this year. Yeah. And we have some lambs that are on the ground, and we have some goats coming soon, right, Tiffany? Yep. So we'll have some goats coming next week. So those pictures are gonna be watch for them on our website. I'll be posting some of those. But yeah, we have baby lambs running everywhere right now.
Oh my gosh, this picture is awesome. There's no way anybody can look at this and not just smile and laugh. I mean, it's impossible.
It's absolutely adorable.
Yeah, we're getting ready to put some eggs in the incubator because we're going to be raising our own chicks this year. We'll be getting some meat birds, and then we'll have some layers too. So you see these eggs that we have here in front of us. We have all different kinds of chickens right now. We have Americanas, which lay like the lighter blue eggs, and then we have the Silver Lace Wyandottes, Cinnamon Queens, Isa Red. So every breed of chicken lays a different colored egg, basically. I mean, you have white egg layers, brown egg layers, and every shade of brown and green and blue in between. But this is This is what we have. This is what Kendall gathered today. So these are fresh eggs, and right now there's no short of eggs on this farm. I mean, we have plenty of eggs right now. So anybody who's coming here for breakfast, you don't have to worry about that.
Marcia, I am looking at those eggs like, OMG, I'm an egg freak. So, and we have a comment, I bet those eggs are worth about $150. I bet so. I mean, eggs are going for it right now.
Oh, yeah.
They are. They are. And whenever we have extra, we allow our guests to buy them and take them home. So, and right now, we have a big thing with pickled eggs. It's pickled egg season. So, I've already done one batch of pickled eggs. Have you ever had pickled eggs, Julie?
No, ma'am. Every time you ask me something, I'm like,
what?
No, ma'am, I have not. I guess I'm the
Julie-
guinea pig for y'all. Like, you ask me something, I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I am not eating. What was it last time? I can't remember.
Groundhog.
Come on.
No pickled eggs. So, yeah. So tell me about it. What am I missing out on?
That's like the first sign of spring right there. My grandma, she used to get beets, and it's a real easy thing to do. You get beets and half vinegar, half sugar. You heat them, you put them all together, put your boiled eggs in there, and then you leave them sit. It's just kind of like pickles. And oh my goodness, that's what you eat. That's springtime right there. Yep. Nicole, have you
So
had them?
good.
I know you've had them.
Oh, I hate to say this, Julie, but of course I've had them.
Here's what everybody's going to know going forward. I have not. Absolutely not. And Nicole has. Okay. So
there might be a
Well,
new
and
segment. Julie, have you tried this?
yeah, there you go. Julie, have you tried this? Nope.
And we can do a whole series on Julie trying all of the things she hasn't tried here in this kitchen.
Oh, maybe. Hey, we're going to see each other in a couple months. Maybe we can do that.
That's
we need to
right.
do a taste testing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's do it. That would be fun.
In your defense, Julie, Nicole is from West Virginia and you're from North Carolina, right? So,
well, I grew up in Ohio, so it's like I
Oh.
mean, I've tested a lot of corn, maybe on the corn farms, but not, I mean, throwing it around and playing with it. But I am the most bland, boring eater you will ever meet.
I don't
I'm
think
just-
so. Not when we get done with you.
yeah, we're gonna have to work on that, Nicole.
I mean, totally boring.
And full disclosure, like I grew up in the Adirondacks in New York, but I've spent more of my life in West Virginia. But you know, what we did in upstate New York is very similar to Appalachia. I mean, it is Appalachia too, but I'm saying from my family's perspective of hunting, fishing, foraging, farming, that type of stuff. So yeah, I was privy to this. At first, I didn't eat eggs. I didn't eat eggs at all, but then got into understanding nutritional value and that type of thing. And yeah, pickled eggs are fabulous. I promise you, Julie. There's a myriad of ways you can eat them too, and they get.
So
that
we're gonna
little
boil the
color.
egg and dip it in some pickle juice. Really, is that what we're looking at?
Well, we leave them in there, and they
Leave
actually
'em
turn
in.
red. Yeah, they
like
actually
me.
turn red because you put beets in there, and it turns the eggs like a reddish pink. And Tiffany, get some out here. Tiffany's gonna get some out here.
Okay, so we're gonna see some of this.
Yeah.
And
Tiffany's
speaking
gonna get them out
of
here.
another Waybright, so Tiffany, introduce yourself while you're doing that.
Tiffany, introduce yourself.
She can't
Don't
hear
tell
me.
the camera. This is Tiffany. Yeah, we're gonna
Married
get
to
a
Colin,
pickled
who
egg
needs
out
to
here
come
for you.
around.
Married to Colin. Colin, come around, say hi.
And she's
All right,
an
everybody's
amazing
getting out here. Yep.
photographer.
Yep.
She has her
Yeah.
own business.
Amazing
She is.
photographer. Oh, and I
All
right
right, so this
now,
is-
I just have to make a comment about Tiffany's shirt. It's the 2 fish
yeah.
and 5 loaves, right? The Chosen. There you go.
That's right. The Chosen. Yep, one of our favorite shows.
You
All
ready
right,
for
so
season
she's gonna
5?
cut
is
this
the
egg in
question.
two. We are ready for season 5. We're eagerly waiting. So see, this is what a pickled egg looks like inside.
Come on, Julie.
That,
Can you see that, Colin? Okay, so you see how it turns the red?
yeah, I'm not sure about that, Marcia.
I'm telling you, it's delicious.
I'm not sure about that.
It's delicious.
Oh, it is so good. It is so good. Yeah, they're amazing. And yeah, this means spring. This is spring right here.
And I'll just say this, Julie, you commented those eggs look
Thanks.
beautiful. So you're on the hook now to at least
Take
try
off.
them. You
Oh,
might as
look at
well
this.
try
She's
them.
gonna- look
There
at,
you go.
Look at this. Look at this. She's like eating them down. That's like one of her favorite things.
Listen, I'm all about a scrambled egg with a little brown on it. That's about all I am.
Now Tiffany's from Washington State, so she's really been like dove into the Waybright family's eating habits here. She's like, I don't think there's anything you don't like, is there?
Well, she needs to rate that thing. So 1 to 5, is it a 5-star
So come around
pickled
here.
deviled egg, or is it a 1 star?
How many stars do you give it?
Out of 5.
A 5?
Really good on salad. Like really good on
Yes.
salad.
Hold up a 5. 5 stars.
There you go. All right. I can't wait till the next episode. What's going to come out in May? In May, I feel like I'm going to be eating a lot in May.
You are. It's going to be a smorgasbord of like yumminess. West Virginia yumminess.
And maybe Colin, and we're going to make Colin film it, right?
Yep. Colin will be filming it. And then he'll be running around and snacking whenever nobody's looking.
And that's just how y'all roll. So
That's how we roll.
You brought Tiffany in. So she's the latest introduction to the Waybrights. But she's got something that y'all have been making there, right?
Yep,
Is that
she does.
talons?
And this is tallow. Okay, it's called
Tallow.
whipped
Okay, I got
tallow.
that
It's our
totally
latest. Talons are for the falconer. Tallow is from the bees. So this is the newest thing in our line of products, and this is whipped tallow. So I'll just show you what it is. Well, first of all, we've talked about. Colin, are you getting this? So we've talked about. So look how whipped that is, and nice and smooth.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Yep. Now watch.
Really
I'm
nice.
going to put some on my hand. I'm going to put some on my hand so you can see it. Okay, so we render our own grass-fed organic tallow. Tallow comes from a beast. We try to use everything that we can on a beast. And the tallow, when we're not cooking with it, we're slathering it on our bodies to make it look and feel smooth and soft. And look at that. It just goes right
It's
in.
a fat
soaks right in.
profile.
It's a very nourishing thing to do for your skin. And this happens to be unscented. We have lots of different scents that we're going to be doing, but these will be sold not only here in our gift shop, but at the Canaan Valley Spa and Wellness Center in Canaan Valley that should be open in July, I think. So that's going to be a really, really cool thing. But Tiffany is heading up our soap projects. I used to have 38 stores in the state of West Virginia that sold my soap and lotions and salves and different products. But, I'm a busy woman. I can't do everything. So that's why I have Tiffany. Tiffany is going to be heading up our soap and some of our salves and different things like that. She's helping me come up with not only new ways to do things, but continuing to do the art of soap making. So really excited about that.
Well, Marcia, I'm going to be eating a lot. And I'm going to be rubbing tallow all over me because I have never rubbed animal fat that I know of, like directly from a farm on purpose.
Perfect.
well, Julie, think of it like this, right? Hey, you know exactly what's in there. There's nothing
That's right.
can't pronounce. There's minimal
That's right.
ingredients. You are an animal. So, in case you didn't know, but so your body is going to absorb, right, and integrate that naturally with your skin, your epidermis. So it's
whatever
go
you all say,
whatever
y'all say, I'll try.
And the ingredients, I'll just read them to you. Are you ready for this? Beef tallow and sweet almond oil, and that is it. That is all that's in this.
All right, so y'all need to go to Marcia's Facebook because I saw some video of this, and I was like, I'm not sure what y'all are cutting, but I want nothing to do with that. Like absolutely nothing. So all right, sweet. So we've got Tiffany in the mix and any Waybright updates with the family besides Tiffany is now going to be managing all the soaps and working on some things for you because you're a busy woman, Marcia. And if not, I guess we can go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna be putting some gift shop items. Hopefully, the entire gift shop will soon be put up on our website, so you can order things off the website. But yeah, that's pretty much everything we have. I'm kind of excited to hear what Nicole has.
Oh my goodness. Y'all, the forest is coming alive. In February, we had a pretty good ice storm, but let's face it, we had I don't know about you. We had 60, 59, 60 the other day, and then it was back down to 4. So, I mean, this fluctuation is kind of nuts what's going on here, but that's typical. It's like old time winters, right? But I did walk out in the yard the other day and saw some of my daffodils popping up, which is an indicator for me after 18 years on the same property, going to check my garlic. So whenever I check my garlic, I'm like, yeah, my garlic's popping up through saying hello, hello. And then all of a sudden I know the trigger for that, right? Allium family, the trigger for that is ramps, onions, leeks, wild leeks. And so my girl Marcia right here, she already has a whole bowl full that her lovely husband, not only did he go dig them, he cleaned them.
Yeah,
That's what ramps are? I thought that was like
this is
a
what ramps
straw
are.
hay.
No.
This is a ramp with the roots still on it. So go on, Nicole. I'll just demonstrate while you talk.
Okay, so think about buying something from a store that maybe is coddled and protected and fertilized versus putting and integrating something like this that has been a 300 to 500 year composted soil with all kinds of beautiful arrays of not just water, sunlight, but it's been protected and coddled in nature style. Okay, and so you look at these roots. What I do, what I've been taught is these are going to open up, kind of think like a fern for a minute. So they're going to grow. It's going to turn green, and that's going to frost out, have a little bit thicker leaves. Yeah, there you go.
This show and tell is amazing. I mean, this show and tell.
So we had no idea that we needed all. This was just awesome.
Right.
We're like on the same wavelengths.
Yeah, girl. So what we've got is, you can see those in the video. It's budding green right now. So you can eat it in this stage, and it's a little bit more potent, I think. But it depends on your flavor.
Yeah.
But you just trim the, typically I'll tell you what I do, Marcia, and then you talk about what you do. I try to save those root systems because they will regenerate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can transplant these. So typically what our lovely husband Kendall already did 90% of the work. A, he dug them, and B, he cleaned them. He just trims
I'm going to clean one.
Trims that off. You can see there's like a little bit of his skin. So think like a natural onion, something in the natural onion family, the allium family. We kind of peel that back, right? And now you're ready to rock and roll. And that is delicious. So ramps and potatoes. Think about your early pioneers, right? Think your Native Americans. In Appalachia, this is one of the first early green elements that's coming up with some vibrancy. It's going to give us energy as well. So we want to incorporate that. It's also, I've read a little bit about cleansing the system, rejuvenating some blood, that type of thing. So not is it just tasty, it's medicinal. And y'all can Google that stuff online. But typically, from what I've read, and I am no expert, but I am passionate, is they grow a lot. They start kind of go on the East Coast all the way down to Georgia. They kind of bow out over along Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, up into Wisconsin, Michigan, that area, and all the way back over to Vermont. I know, Julie, you could talk a little bit in a minute about some different people that have visited your location, the B&B from different countries that even know about these. But all in all, I typically wait a little bit longer, a couple weeks, and they're only up for a period. This is like, kind of like one of the mushrooms. Get it while it's here. And you can pickle these as well. You can freeze these as well. Good Lord, you love them though, fresh, I got to tell you. So typically eat the greens. I've learned in the past a little bit more about sustainability. I know Marcia can talk about that. But from a wild harvesting aspect, they are a little bit in danger because no one's out there protecting them.
So what do these things taste like? Like, is it sweet? Is it oniony? Is it?
So in this stage, they're really quite hot, like a hot onion. Like if you get an onion that's really hot in your mouth, that's how they are right now.
Are you throwing those in with those pickled beets? Is that a thing?
Whenever you pickle ramps, you wait until they get a bigger bulb on them. And that's usually when you pick. I mean, you can pickle them like this, but we wait until the bulbs get more onion bulb-like, and that's when we pickle them.
Yeah. So this is more like, think like a scallion. but a little bit more of a sharper bite, right? Like she said, and as that grows in nature and expands, it shoots up these leaves, which are to me very delicate onion and garlic flavor. Again, these are wild leeks, so they're not going to overwhelm you. My goodness, are they good with eggs? My goodness, are they good with potatoes?
I would like to point out one thing though, Nicole. If you eat a ramp in this stage raw, like right now, people will smell this ramp on you for about 3 days. So if you dice them up and saute them and put them in things, just like an onion that's really hot, you can make them more mild. But it used to be a thing whenever we would go to dig them up, we'd take bologna sandwiches or whatever, and then we would lay the ramps across them. And that was, a part of digging them. And,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, you gotta try these, baby.
People who don't like ramps will not come near you for a week if you eat these. And then people who do like ramps will be so jealous of you, they'll follow you around.
Yeah, because let's go back to the woods for a second, y'all. Think about it like this. They're not, the leaves aren't out yet. I get that. The sap's flowing up in the trees. Things are happening, right? Animals are being born. These really grow in some selective areas. So they're not going to get bleached out where there's sun. So in other words, if there was a huge swath and that got timbered or had an ice storm or something, it's not going to be as prolific. They seek very specific areas close to water, a lot of times in some shade. So think northern sides or ridges and things. And it's in Appalachia across all 13 states, we're staring at a little bit of a depletion here because people just aren't educated about their rejuvenation process. And so I'm going to turn it right back over to Marcia about the sustainability and what she's doing on her farm for them.
Well, it's a part of our forest farming program. So, we have people from Mongolia who come here and dig ramps, and they promised me that they have ramps in Mongolia. Now, I've never been to Mongolia to prove that, but whenever they come here, I actually met these people. They were with the wildflower pilgrimage and from Blackwater Falls, because they come here every year, and they were trying to dig some ramps on state park. So that the guy was like, "Could you please take them up and let them dig some ramps?" So I had Colin and Tiffany took them up on the hill here, and now it's like a tradition. They come every year, just about. I think they've missed 1 year in like 4 years. But the way that they do it is they just cut the tops off with scissors. They're after the top. But now my family, because we are forest farmers and we take care of, everything, in the woods, we actually can dig these ramps year round because we go by the old stem to find them. If we, feel a need for them, there's a little break in winter or whatever, we'll go up and sneak some of these little tiny, you can see, I'll pull this back here and you can see how little this one is. These are very potent, and we'll use those in dishes, soups, potatoes, whatever, just dishes. They have a lot of good flavor. But, to be self-sustained, you can't dig them all. It's good to cut the tops if you like the tops. It's okay to dig these as long as you take the bottom part and, we try to put those back. But we transplant them all the time in our botanical garden right out here by the river. There are some limits on these now. I think you're only on public land. You're only allowed to dig a grocery bag, like a little grocery bag, for your family at a time. Where there used to be people who would go out and dig like great big feed sacks, like 100-pound feed sack, like a great big feed. Yes. And, we have a lot of ramp dinners in the state of West Virginia, so there's a high demand for them. But people were literally wiping them out. So now they are a little bit regulated. And I think as long as people have become aware of, you can't just dig every ramp you see. You dig some, you leave some, you cut them, you do, different things. But awareness is half the battle. People just think that they can continue to dig them, and you do have to leave some back for seed. And ramp seed are a very touchy thing. It takes years for them to grow. It's actually easier to dig them up and transplant them in this state and get them to grow than it is actually from seed. So it's not a very easy thing to propagate.
I mean, I am highly educated for real, all this stuff. Between last episode, learning how the sap comes out of the tree, and now the ramps. I mean, this is really good stuff. Unfortunately, I haven't tried any of that stuff, but I feel as though it's coming. So that was
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah,
coming.
it's
oh, it's
coming.
coming. Yeah.
It's definitely
Nicole, do you
coming.
want to run through your trail lovers, something or the other, what you got going on here?
Let's do it. So y'all know I'm the Mon Forest town rep from the town of Durban. We got 12 towns in the Mon Forest. We got this event called the Trail Lovers Mondevu. And so y'all have heard of a rendezvous where people get together, swap furs, trade, that type of thing, ideas. Well, we're in the Mon Forest. We're in West Virginia's Monongahela National Forest. And so we made it a Mondevu instead of a rendezvous. It's for all trail lovers. So think hikers, bikers, water trails, equestrians, gravel racing. Don't forget our our rock
Go ahead.
climbers and our cliff trails. Don't forget historical trails. And so what we're doing is we're pulling everybody together. Got a schedule of events here. Julie's showing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3-day event. We are going to invite people to participate and learn about what trail work is, because every single user has an opportunity. We want to make sure they know they're invited to come and do trail work. And so part of our thought is, hey, if you're primarily a biker, let's go help the hikers, because every need is a little bit different. If you're primarily an equestrian, let's go help the bikers. So we're going to go across the forest. We're going to spread out. Friday, we're doing all kinds of trail work. Come back. We got some great sponsors. It'll be like music and beer and food, local food, that type of thing, and intentional campfire talk and contribution and collaboration. So think a myriad of trails across almost a 1-million-acre national forest. So we're going to have the opportunities to learn about not only Durban, which is in the dead center of the Mon, but we're going to actually educate people maybe because we go through 8 counties. Maybe somebody over in this county A doesn't know anything that's going on in county B, but they're a hiker or they're a biker. So we want to help people move along and throughout the forest in a safe and educational way for sure, right? But at the same time, invite them to give back. So that's Friday. Saturday, we go out in the woods. We go all enjoy the trails. If you're new to this area, we're going to be some guided experiences. We're going to teach you what level is appropriate for you. We've got some incredible, Pocahontas County's got some incredible trails all across the board. There's the Grusk race, which it's an acronym for a gravel race up Spruce Knob, has over 600 people.
Yep.
I know, Marsh, a lot of those guys and girls stop at your place. You offer hydration station for them. We've also got over at Snowshoe, Highland Area Recreation Collaborative, Shark. We've got IMPA chapters. We've got some awesome equestrian trails. So the point is, there's Julie, your partner, Austin, he came to Durban and he floated all the way down to Hit. I think it's 164 miles. So on water trails, right? So it's a really rich trail experience. Then we've got live interpretations of Cheat Fort Summit, Civil War, 7,000 troops coming down to Durban, going through Durban, over to Camp Bartow, up on Camp Allegheny. So, those of us that are trail users, it's important to know why. How do we even have access to this? Whose land was it? Where are we going? How can I give back? And for those of us that have a lot of friends, know what's going on in the national forest, state parks, that type of thing. We're having some cuts a little bit everywhere right now. But at the end of the day, if not us, who will step up? If not now, when? So our goal is to collaborate within our forest, set a precedent, set a tone, and move forward in a positive element for all users. So that's in June.
That's going to be so fun.
But y'all got something coming up. Let me pull this up right here.
We do. So 19 days away, we're going to be, again, springtime's around the corner, right? So we want to be thinking those mushrooms, spring rains bring mushrooms. Don't anybody get mad that loves rain. Okay? I'm a rain lover. They bring mushrooms.
Yes, indeed.
So we've got a shiitake inoculation workshop at Marsh's with the Waybright family. It's going to be fun, lunch and learn. We're going to get y'all a couple logs to take home, understand the experience, be patient, wait, and then have your jewels and your gems come right out of those logs. It's such a great process.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to learn about this process, and the West Virginia Mushroom Club is going to be there. The West Virginia School of Traditional Skills is we're working together and teaming up to bring this to not just us, but everybody, in the area who wants to come and learn. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. A lot of medicine in those too, Julie. In fact, you can make a ramp and shiitake soup. We're going to have you like elevate, baby, ready to hike like crazy. You're going to have you have more energy than ever had. Look.
Well, that is going to be awesome because you guys will be able to report all about that when we meet again at the first Monday in April. So last but not least, we have, I guess I called this the dish of the month. Are we doing that?
Right.
Are we calling something dish of the month? Okay.
Sure. Why not? Let's go with that.
For now. We'll go with that for now.
Yes. So the dish of the month, let me just grab it out of the microwave here. We had it over here for safekeeping. All right.
Here we go, so people. We're taste testing again.
This is ramps and potatoes. And this is like a West Virginia delicacy signature dish. I don't know what most everybody likes ramps and potatoes.
I'm not sure if I do or not. We'll see.
Oh, you will. You will.
You will. I promise you. Anywhere you put garlic or you put onions, Julie, it's a simple mix right in. I sometimes throw a little sour cream on,
and we got a taste tester in the house.
Yeah, Colin was going to come around, but she beat him to it. Good.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Atta girl.
That's one of her favorite things. But yeah, we have some. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, as time would have, I mean, we've been having a blast on this. I have learned a ton about what y'all got going on the farm, and we've done some taste testing. But any other things coming up right away, Marcia, before our next episode in April? And you got a call to action for the listeners.
Yeah, so just keep in touch with our website, our Instagram, our Facebook. We showcase everything that we're doing there. We do have CPR and first aid and AED class coming up. Of course, we have the shiitake inoculation workshop. We have more bird of prey presentations, grapevine trimming. We'll be planting the other high tunnel, and we'll be butchering a pig. So we'll be offering all of these different classes and how to do everything that we do on this farm. So, just stay in touch with what we're posting. And because some of it is kind of, whenever you live on a farm where you don't have commercial refrigeration, you depend on the weather to do a lot of things. And so, depending on temperatures and things, that's oftentimes what is the deciding factor in when we do things. So some of them can kind of be spur of the moment.
Yeah, that's great. That you highlight living with the seasons, right? And accenting the natural rhythm of nature.
Yeah.
There was one thing I heard in there that I probably couldn't partake in, but everything else I could. So I'll leave it to the listeners for that or the viewers. But I love a good pig picking. I'm going to tell you that. I'd love that. So,
well, this bed and breakfast is all farm to table. So, you gotta do all the stuff that goes with it. And we're here to teach it.
Well, on that note, everybody go to Marcia's website. I'll have it. It's actually in the description right now. You guys could head over there. Nicole, I will add the website you went over with everybody. And another month, Marcia. Any idea dish of the month for next month? Give people a little come back for a recipe, or what are you thinking?
We're going with the seasons. So, this is springtime. What do you, hey, Nicole, what are you looking for in the spring?
We got some mushrooms. I mean, we could figure out maybe like an incredible quiche even with your eggs. You got so many eggs coming on right now. We got the ramps. We got, I walked in my garden the other day and, like a microclimate area, which means there's thermal mass there to heat up everything in the elements so things come along faster. For those of you that don't know what thermal mass is, you can make one of those out of rock. Anyway, my thyme is already all green. My English thyme. Oh my gosh. I was
Yeah.
My husband's like, what are you been eating? But I think maybe a signature quiche.
Yeah,
let's
it
play
could be.
the game of I don't know, within 500 yards of the kitchen or something, and create something.
Yeah, and anybody watching, if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see, just go ahead and
There
put
you
some things
go.
out there. Yeah, yeah, we're looking for any ideas. A chicken tender just came in.
Oh,
Well,
and
she got left out.
what's the name of the dog? The dog is behind you too.
Piper.
Piper.
Yes,
Yep.
Piper. Here you go, Piper.
Piper, are you into all this stuff at the farm?
Oh, she's into taking anything she can off the counter whenever she goes by. But if anybody has any suggestions or anything, feel free to put them in the comments. And hey, we'll do what we can to help with any recipes. Oh, somebody wants to see Julie eat a pickled egg.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll save
Woo,
you.
woo, woo.
On that note, folks, I may not be back next time. So pray for me, everybody. Pray for me. All right. Marcia, you close us out. I don't have anything else. Nicole, do you have anything else?
No, I'm just proud to be a part of this, having so much fun, paying it forward. You ladies are awesome. Thank you to the listeners. Thank you to the supporters. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, this has been so much fun, and allowing people to step into our lives has been the biggest blessing that we could possibly have. So we're going to keep on doing it and keep on teaching, and if y'all want to come and visit, we're here.